Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and today we have 4 different things to take a look at, mainly the POCO Pad, which is a $300 Android tablet. POCO also sent over some accessories for the pad. Now this tablet actually has a 12.1-inch, 120Hz, 2.5K display. So we're gonna run through and take a peek at what you can actually get for $300. I will link to everything down below in the description, but anyways, let's dive into it. Unboxing of the POCO Pad. Here's everything that POCO sent over, including their smart pen, the pad cover, and the pad keyboard as accessories, and then obviously the pad itself. We'll start with what you probably came to see. You'll notice it says Dolby Vision and Atmos up in the corner. Opening it up, right away we have a lot of information about the pad, including a lot of different specs. 10,000 milliamp hour battery, quad speakers, but we're gonna set this to the side. You get your standard booklets and a micro SD card ejection tool because you get expandable storage on top of that 256 gigs of internal storage. Finally, you get a USB Type-A to USB Type-C cable for charging and the charging brick, which will charge at 33 watts, which is what the pad charges at. So let's take this paper off of our tablet, and there's a quick look at the back of our POCO Pad. And now I'm gonna press and hold this power button right here in the corner. We're gonna take a closer look at the hardware of this tablet. So on the left side's where that power button is. Make note, there's a little bit of a camera bump, not much. 2 of our speakers, it says Dolby Vision, Atmos there on the side. So 2 of the 4 quad speakers. On the bottom, absolutely nothing. And then on the other side here is where you get your other 2 speakers, USB Type-C port, and a headphone jack. Moving along, up towards the top is some microphones, plus there's where that micro SD card slot's going to be, and your volume rockers. And a look at that aluminum back has a small POCO logo there, and then a look at our camera system. I know you're probably thinking this is a dual camera system. It's not. This is actually just the flash. They probably did this for symmetry, but anyways, it's a single camera at 8 megapixels. All right, I'm gonna run through the startup process of the Xiaomi Hyper OS, talk about anything that's noteworthy. While we do that, let's check out our accessories. First, our smart pen, standard booklets, and an extra tip for the pen. And here it is, taking this wrapper off. Notice it is via Bluetooth, does say POCO. It has a USB Type-C port right there to charge it, and that's really about it. There is a couple buttons. A down and an up button. By the way, that sticker does come off in case you were worried. Overall, very comfortable to hold, does feel like a normal pen. Next, the POCO Pad cover. So this seems pretty straightforward, attaches to our tablet and can act as a stand and a cover to protect it. Finally, the POCO Pad keyboard. You got your getting started guide, and I believe these you attach to it wherever you want them to be, and it's a holder for the pen. The keyboard will also act as a cover for the pad. It will protect the screen. You'll notice a magnet that does lock on very strong, and there's a quick look at the keyboard itself. Now I'll attach these all in just a little bit. I'd like to point out there's no fingerprint scanner, so you can set up face unlock. Random, but I can't get this to go horizontal. It might just be in the setup process. We'll talk about that in a bit. But anyways, the camera's right here. It's an 8 megapixel front-facing camera. So I'm gonna hit start. Hopefully the camera picks this up. Hopefully this actually works. I'm kind of in the way. Keep your face in frame. There we go. Added successfully. That was really quick and easy. We are all set up and ready to go. It did force vertical orientation during the setup, but it is obviously working just fine horizontally. This is a 2560 by 1600 resolution and IPS LCD, so you don't get OLED, which wasn't expected at that $300 price point. Nice to have that high of a resolution at a 12.1-inch display, and you do get a higher refresh rate, which seems to be enabled out of the box. Going into settings, let's double check. Scrolling down to display and brightness, and refresh rate's on default, so it will change depending on the type of content that is shown. However, you can force a specific refresh rate if you want 60 Hertz, which will help save battery, 90 or 120 Hertz for that smooth experience. Now, very quickly, let's try and use our face to unlock. That was okay. I was actually behind my camera. There we go. So that was really fast. Let's try it one more time just to be sure. Yeah. Okay, so that unlocked it right away with my face, but I want to point something out. So I'm not going to be looking at the tablet. Now, there's 3 sections to this lock screen. If I swipe up from the right, you'll notice that pattern goes from the right. If I swipe up from the middle, it's in the middle, and then on the left side, just kind of a neat little idea, depending on where your hand is, to just have it be right there where you've already swiped. Now, this tablet's actually pretty thin overall. The bezels are there, but on a tablet, you sort of need bezels, somewhere to rest your thumbs. Maybe it could be a little bit smaller than this, but overall, you know, it's not as big of a deal as it is on a phone. I just had to plug the Smart Pen in, but let's grab our cover and put our tablet in there so it does snap into the corners, and then you can cover it up. Now, I believe that did just lock. It did, so that's good. When you do close it, it recognizes it, and it will actually lock your tablet. You don't have to press any button or anything like that. Now, it doesn't just cover up the pad, it also will act as a stand. So you can just sort of put it in a triangle like so, and it will angle up. This is very, very useful, especially, you know, if you're on a plane or trying to watch any sort of video. Next, let's use our keyboard here, and same thing, just sort of snap it into the case. You can close it, it should lock our pad, but very sturdy. I do like the build material used for this keyboard, and then again, it uses a magnet down at the bottom to lock into place. On the right side is our on-off switch, plus a USB Type-C port to charge the keyboard. It did recognize it right away, so we are going to just hit connect and test it out. Now, the keyboard does have some functions such as the display brightness. You can change the volume on the fly. Otherwise, let's do a quick typing test. So not a crazy amount of key travel by any means, but still fairly comfortable to type on. It definitely does the job. So to pair the pen, press and hold both of these buttons at the same time, and there's a small LED light here that should start flashing. Our tablet did recognize it right away. I probably have to hit connect before I can actually start using it. There we go, done. Now we should tap. So now it says 90%. I don't know why I needed to actually plug that in. Maybe it just charges really fast, probably the case. So if we start writing, seems to be pretty responsive overall. Obviously, I'm not doing anything too crazy by any means. You can switch utensils. This is just the Notes app. So you can change a bunch of different stuff, but it's really nice to have. And obviously, we have a couple buttons here that you can change things. So I'm changing utensils right now, changing different colors, all with just shortcuts on the pen. And if we do go into stylus and keyboard, there's a lot of different settings you can customize. You can write with the screen off, tap it with your stylus to start writing. I actually really like that. So if I just tap this, let's see if that works. Oh yeah, okay, so it brought up that Notes app. So if I wanted to say subscribe or write a quick note that I thought about and then just, you know, lock the screen, that we can do. Going back into our settings, there are other options. Press and hold the writing button to open the canvas. Taking a screenshot, press and hold the screenshot button. Let's press and hold, I think the bottom one is the screenshot button. Yeah, okay, so you can have it be a specific section of the screen, the full screen, free drawing, but that's really nice to have. You do also have some keyboard settings here. This doesn't actually have a touchpad, so that is kind of irrelevant in terms of cursor style. But natural scroll, pointer speed, again, doesn't really matter. There are custom shortcuts, so you can learn these. Might take a little bit to get used to, but nice that they're there. The stylus also can convert your writing to text. So if I wanted to write 4K video and hit done, that should be in the search. Oh, so that was a little test. So let's try 4K video. This is terrible writing, but it actually got it, even though my handwriting's so bad. Anyways, just quickly going into this video, I did hear some music as well, and the speakers were solid, actually. They got really loud, felt very full. You can tell by the video how there's black bars on the top and bottom. That just means it's a 16:10 aspect ratio tablet. So just kind of keep that in mind. Again, I would have preferred OLED, but at a $300 price point, you know, you can't really complain about having an IPS LCD display. But anyways, that's really about it from me on the POCO Pad. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. If it's something you're going to consider, especially if it's worth it at that price point. Be sure to subscribe. A lot more content coming soon. As always, thanks for watching.